Not sponsored yet.
Say not sponsored yet. You're funny.
Live.
We're live.
Let's see. Share it up. Share it up. Share it up. More options.
Oh, all right, man. Let's do this.
Give me 1 second.
Okay. Nearly figure out how to get the link for this.
Yeah, I just hit share. Now
Yeah.
what? Embedded or copy link?
Yep, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Share. Now what? Embedded or copy link?
Yep, there you go.
All right, man. What's good?
I think we're good.
We good to go?
1 more second here. I want to get the link tree in here. Pin that real quick.
Yeah. That's pinned.
All right, man. Welcome to IBTE Sports Podcast. We're back with another one. Consistency. We got 7-time champion Phil, Tom Brady, and we got Neil over here, and we got Kenny. How y'all fellas doing on this fine Thursday night?
You know, same old shit. Just left the bowling league. Took 2, tied 1. Bowled pretty good. Had some dinner. You know, living the life out here. Ready to ask Phil a bunch of questions.
Really got questions.
I really got a lot of questions.
You got a lot of questions?
Yeah,
Well,
I got a lot of questions.
I want to ask how's y'all week been? Overall work, family.
Oh man, that's whatever, man. Whatever.
How's the stock market treating you, Neil?
Nah, we don't talk about the stocks.
The stocks.
We don't talk about the stocks.
Them things.
IBTE Financial.
Metro booming.
Yeah, and Metro losing.
Metro losing.
I got questions for Patriots fans. I
Yeah,
got
lots of
questions
them.
for.
What's good, Anthony? What's good, bro?
I got questions for just fans of the Northeastern sports region in general. I just got questions, and I'm hoping that the viewers, will come in here and speak to me and help me out, help me understand what's really good here.
I'm hoping too, because I'm sure we have the same question.
I got questions.
I got lots of them.
Yo, make sure y'all hit the share on this video, man, and check out the link that's pinned also. Go ahead. What's the Neil? You started off. What's the question for the people?
Bro, okay, bro.
What's
Listen
good?
up. Listen
What's
up. So, your man, Phil, your man left you, okay?
Mhm.
Like, let's say you're the wife, right? Your man straight up left you.
Not cordially.
No, it was an ugly divorce, okay? It was an ugly divorce. Your man's left you.
He basically said, "You're old, you're ugly, and I'm upgrading."
So he was the Patriots fans with the raisins.
He
And
left
potato
the
salad?
45. He left the 50-year-old lady with the saggy breasts and went and got a new woman, perky. It was nice.
The Patriot fans are like the kids. So he left your mother high and dry,
And
told her,
said-
"You're not good enough for me anymore."
Yes.
And in the chat, he said he ain't leave us. We let him go. Big difference.
No, he
No,
left
he
you.
did not.
He
No,
left
he
you.
did not.
He was not
left
coming
your
back.
asses.
He was not coming back.
I love this. This is gonna be a good one.
But
Good
listen,
one tonight.
Patriots
Yes,
fans,
sir.
why are you happy? Why are you excited for Tom Brady?
So actually, it might even be worse. If you let him go, he now proves you're stupid because
You're stupid for letting me go. Exactly.
Right, so no matter how you try to spin this thing, I can't comprehend why it's a good thing that he won a Super Bowl in Tampa Bay.
This is crazy. They out the gate.
don't
Phil, do you
understand.
wanna respond?
But this isn't just Phil. Just so we know, I'm not just saying this. I'm just pointing my aggression towards Phil because I know he's a Patriots fan. I know he's happy for Tom Brady. But this is a social media phenomenon. Patriots fans all over are like wearing Bucks jerseys and shit. Like, what are you doing?
I'm not getting a Bucks jersey with a heads up, so you don't have to worry about that.
Good.
I mean, basically, I was happy because 2 weeks ago, picks were made. Me and Lawrence were tied. I was the only one that went with Tampa Bay, so obviously you can tell I love being right, and
But that's not what we're asking you about, Phil.
No.
You're changing it.
Wait, let him finish. Let him finish.
Oh, right, but yeah, please.
I'm leading into it, obviously, and we all know the Patriots and Tom Brady had a ugly ending, but at the end of the day, he did all he could for the Patriots. He thought the Patriots weren't competitive, so he moved on, which I don't blame him personally. You want to put yourself in the best position to win. Like I said, I'm not speaking for all Patriots fans. I'm just speaking for myself because, just like every fan base, there are delusional fans in every fan base, which the Patriots are top 5 easily. I can say that. So, basically, I mean, seeing it from the delusional fan base, from their end, Tom Brady's still a part of us no matter what. We're happy for him no matter where he goes. That's how I see it.
Okay, so I respect that answer, and I kind of respect what Anthony said in the chat too. He said, "Fuck the Bucks. Happy for my guy. He brought me 20 years of happiness. I got no reason to hate on him."
Right, and I think what people are missing is that maybe we're not talking about people like Phil and people like Ant. I'm talking about the people that are on Facebook acting like Tampa Bay is their favorite team.
Like that's
we just won a ring. Yeah. Like, what do you mean? I'm confused. It's not. You're not saying I'm happy Tom won a ring. We won. We did. Who is we? I'm confused on that. That's what I'm trying to figure out. If you're just happy that your guy won a ring, okay, that's okay. But to come on here and act like Tampa Bay is your team now, that's ridiculous. I can't comprehend. Like, if the Patriots were competitive this year, you wouldn't be happy if Tampa Bay won. It's just because the Patriots sucked this year. Now all of a sudden we're happy Tampa Bay won.
But how do Patriots fans that? But then again, I kind of understand. I kind of don't understand like Ant because I would be pissed off at Tom Brady. I get that he gave you 20 years or 10 years or whatever the fuck it was. I get that, right? But your organization is fucked for another 10, 15 years probably. Like, you guys aren't doing shit for another 10 years. And that's because of Tom Brady. So I understand the love, but I also don't I don't really get it because it's like he had the choice to stay and he could have stayed and worked things out and y'all could have. I think the Patriots could have easily gotten another 1 or 2 rings, 100% with Tom Brady. If they had some sort of offensive talent.
Yeah, because before he left, that was kind of a tricky situation. Not him leaving, but like what talent will we put in front of him? Because they were stuck in salary cap hell. They would have to sign Brady for cheap, and then who knows how or who they would have gotten for the offense.
Well, here's the thing: Brady takes cheap deals, and Brady was already on. Brady voided his contract. Like, he had a couple more years on that deal. So again, Brady left you guys. So anyone who thinks differently, he left you. He voided that contract.
I agree with that. He did.
My
Yeah,
friends
but
with John,
even if he agreed to stay, who knows what would have happened with this year? Who knows if those players on the defense would have still called out because of the COVID list? Just a lot of variables. But
it's also like all that comes together, but it also comes with you still have Bill Belichick as well. So I don't know, man. It's hard
to speak for the fans that
I just don't understand. Like,
look at it like you won 6 games this year with a very mediocre Cam Newton. You think Tom Brady couldn't have at least gotten you to 9 wins?
100%.
He said we won 7.
You won 7. So then he could have got you to at least 10 wins.
Yeah, But it also depends on who would he have around him. But also,
if it's the same team he had this year, except you take out Cam Newton and put in Tom Brady.
Yeah, they would be definitely a better team than what they were this year.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
like
100% making the playoffs.
Games,
100% making the playoffs. But I think like this, what Tom Brady just did. First off, I fuck Tom Brady, but all respect to the man, right? All respect. All right, all respect. What he just did, new year, new coach, new playbook, pressure on him. He proved it straight out. Listen, man, Belichick is great coach and all, but I'm the one that made the throws. I'm the one that won the rings. He proved that straight out.
Mm-hmm.
And what Amendola say? The Patriot way?
The Patriot way is Tom Brady. Exactly. And for any Patriots fan that disagrees with that,
for any football fan that disagrees with that,
you're delusional. Bill Belichick's a great coach. Don't get me wrong, but Bill Belichick did not win those rings. That's Tom Brady.
And
so you agree, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you want to be real, look at Bill Belichick's resume without Tom Brady. He stunk in Cleveland, and he stunk in New England until Bledsoe got hurt, and then Brady took over. Like, he was on the verge of losing his job until Tom Brady took over.
Yeah, and John saying get used to that, Pats fans. Yeah, I agree.
Shout out to John in the chat.
Yeah, get used to that, Pats fans, because it's gonna be ugly for a couple years.
That can last forever. We just gotta get that started as soon as we can.
So I see, like, this happens with dynasties though. Like, we've seen this happen. Like, the Patriots put the stamp on the fucking envelope of a dynasty. Like, that's it. That was the definition of a dynasty.
Anthony said, "Do you guys think this was the toughest playoff run to win a Super Bowl?"
No.
I think no Flacco's.
No.
To be honest.
I
don't think Flacco's was tougher.
And probably what he's gonna probably say is what Bleacher Report put up: 3 quarterbacks that Tom had to go through.
Yeah, but what did I say
and
about
Drew Brees was like
dog shit.
Yeah, he played terrible. He threw 3, 4. He had 4 total turnovers.
I would compare Drew Brees' quarterback play this year after post injury to that of dog water. Like, what your dog drinks out of the fucking bowl. Like, that's how dog shit he was.
He held the Saints.
He handicapped the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
100%.
It's tough for me to say where I think it ranks for. It's definitely up there if you're going just strictly based off of quarterbacks play. Because even taking Breeze out of it, like just having to go into Lambeau and beat Aaron Rodgers.
That's impressive. That is very impressive. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't say it's the toughest road to a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, and I always struggle too sometimes with the quarterbacks comparing. Well, this quarterback beat that quarterback because they didn't. They beat that quarterback's defense. Like Aaron Rodgers.
Rick said Drew Brees is he's the turtle on Kung Fu Panda. That's a fact, bro. He hurt my heart. He should have left last year.
I struggle on saying Tom Brady because Tom Brady beat their defense. Sure, because. For example, like if Patrick Mahomes put up 500 yards, they still lost that game, and Tom Brady only put up 150 and won the game. Are we saying that Tom Brady beat Patrick Mahomes now? No, he wrecked their defense.
Well, Tom Brady also threw 3 picks in that game.
Yeah, against Aaron. That's my point. Like Aaron Rodgers outplayed Tom Brady that game. Yeah. Anyone with eyes sees that. Yeah. But he won that game. You know what I mean? Like
just like this Super Bowl. Congratulations, Tom Brady. But that's Tampa Bay's defense that won that Super Bowl.
Right. He barely threw for over 20. I mean, he did everything he was supposed to do. But
he ran for 495 yards. Patrick Mahomes did before.
In my opinion, I think Devin White should have won the Super Bowl MVP instead of Tom Brady.
Who?
Devin White. Devin White, or at least someone on the Tampa Bay's defense, because that defense came to play that game.
If you can hold the Kansas City offense to not even a touchdown, I agree. It's got to go defense. So, at some point, we have to just continue. Stop giving the MVP to the quarterback when they fucking don't do shit.
Like, we have seen
that's how it goes. It's a quarterback game.
In the same breath, though, like Tampa Bay's offense kept Kansas City's offense off the field. So I mean, that was more a testament to Leonard for not running the ball. But so it can go both ways. Just the defense played great, but Tom put them in a position where they didn't have to see Mahomes on the field for 40 minutes.
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
That defense was sorry.
I mean, it was a flawless game plan by Bruce Arians. Honestly, their offense. I mean, that defense is meant to win games, and Tom got him a lead, and it was over. So, and Kansas City's defense is not meant to come to get you back into a game. It's not built for that. It's built to hold a lead,
Mm-hmm.
and they never
And
had
get a
one.
turnover here and there.
Exactly, and they never had a lead, so it was kind of over. Kind of a boring Super Bowl, if you ask me.
Very boring Super Bowl.
I didn't
Like
really,
even if it was the other way around, it would have been boring. Like I wanted to see a closer game.
yeah, I was very surprised. I
So
was
where
very surprised.
where do y'all feel like this leaves Brady and Mahomes?
Well,
Going
Brady,
from here?
if
No,
Brady
Brady's the
wasn't
GOAT.
already, I mean,
Brady's
to
the
me, he
GOAT.
already was the unquestioned GOAT.
Yeah,
But-
unquestioned.
But if today there's any doubt in your mind about Tom Brady being the GOAT, get your head checked. Because because there's no way around it. The guy is going to finish top 5 at least in every major passing category,
I
and
think
he has 7 rings.
I think about this. Right? I used to not understand. I used to not understand winning because at that point I really didn't win anything. But when you start to win, you start to see the people that don't like winners are losers. People that lose a lot.
Well, yeah,
And
I mean, I'm
and-
a fucking loser. I hate Tom Brady.
That's the thing. See, I respect the winning because I understand winning.
I obviously I hate winners. Anybody can hate winners. I mean, do you think about it? We're not. It's not really hate. It's more jealous. It's more jealousy. Like why wasn't my team win? My team. I feel like my team could have won that Super Bowl. You know what I mean? It's constant jealousy. Like,
But do you know the difference, though, Neil? Is that you still respect him. There are people that hate him and will tell you, well, he's not even that good, and make excuses. And I just can't understand what their thought process is, because literally this guy went to a team that before the season, even all season, I said it, Tampa Bay ain't that good. They ain't that good. Oh, you just put Tom Brady on the team, they're not going to win a Super Bowl. And they did, because that's really all they did. They brought in Tom Brady. Leonard Fournette wasn't Leonard Fournette until the last 2 games of the season.
Playoff
so
Leonard.
I'm not counting him, exactly. Antonio Brown wasn't Antonio Brown, so I'm not counting him. Gronkowski, well, O.J. Howard was out for the whole year, so you replace Gronk with O.J. Howard. And at this point of his career, O.J. Howard is a more productive player than Gronk is, because Gronk is older. And he's not the Gronk he used to be.
Cameron Brate is a tight end 1.
No, right, he was on the team already with O.J. Howard, so you brought in Gronk.
Okay.
So they had the same team. Their defense was the same. They just brought in Antoine Winfield Jr. So they were a very mediocre team last year, and now they are the best team in the NFL. So for you to think that Tom Brady is not great, I don't know what you watched all season.
So Anthony's saying he doesn't think Mahomes will ever pass him in GOATness because of this loss.
He does.
Who cares?
Yeah, and we can't say it's too early, because what if he wins 9 straight now?
Ever.
Yeah, that's well. Lawrence just said he's the
Intangible.
worst quarterback ever.
There's nothing else. Like, if he didn't show that in that game, if you did not think he was the most talented ever, he literally showed that he was the most talented ever. He had DNs, he had JPP and Shaq Barrett on him. He evades, runs around, and still gets the pass off. Not many quarterbacks are being able to do that with precision, with accuracy.
I don't know. I don't get me wrong. He 100%.
I'm saying for people that saying he's not great, he's not going to catch up to him. I'm saying when it's all said and done, when he gets to his 8th season, 9th season, 10th season, we don't know what's going to happen if he can go on a run. But his body of work is going to be monstrous.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel so. Tom Brady had to win this game just to separate himself from the GOAT talk with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is nipping on his heels as well. But
let me ask you something, Neil. Was that a real conversation? To me, it was never a real conversation.
I know, but people have it.
But how much?
They're talking about the talent. They're talking about the talent part.
I'm talking straight talent right now. That it's right. Like, for some reason, professional sport analysts would have the conversation of GOATness between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. In my mind, it's always been Tom Brady. Don't get
right.
100%.
But if you are talking talent, it is Aaron Rodgers. But if you're talking all around package, it's Tom Brady.
So yeah,
and that's what I'm talking about.
So I meant where I was going with that was, now we have to have just by default, you have to have the conversation of talent between Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. You have to. It's just by default. And if you're gonna
they're very similar.
I was just gonna say that if you're
They're
going
very
to
similar.
compare a quarterback, it's gonna be Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes.
Right.
And the thing is, when you look at it, people are gonna say the winning. They're gonna say he's more talented. It's just not. That's just not a fact. Tom Brady could barely move. It's more than about winning. The winning is obviously great, but it's more of a team thing when you win. Also, that's what people. But when you look at the individual play at the quarterback position, how many people are we putting over Tom Brady just from the quarterback play itself? There's a couple people that I would say, oh, like this guy can move. He can make any pass on the field. All of that. So,
I also think that it's really like a playoff Tom Brady. It's kind of a different level. It's kind of a different level than any other type of exactly. Like a different level of athlete than we've seen, really. Like we see it with LeBron, we saw it with Michael. We saw when Tiger Woods won the Masters a couple years ago. Like we saw it with that. They're just like a great athlete.
Different breed.
Exactly, a great athlete like that. They can elevate themselves to a level where nobody else can touch them, and that's what we see Tom Brady time after time in the playoffs.
Because here's the thing with Tom Brady's talent too. He knows I'm nowhere near the most physical gifted person out here, but watch what I know exactly how to maximize every single skill that I do have. And that's what separates him from everybody else.
He just knows what the defense is doing before they do it. Like
right, and that's why I take him over Rodgers in the GOAT conversation, even though Rodgers is far more physically gifted. Because perfect example is the end of that game, Tampa Bay versus Green Bay. Rodgers had every chance to win that game, and if Brady had the physical gifts that Rodgers had, Brady wins that game easily. Rodgers didn't know how to make a play to win the game.
Yeah.
You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't know how to put it together, it doesn't matter at the end of the day.
That's very true. That's very true.
One of his abilities, like we said earlier, just top tier Hall of Fame pocket presence, awareness, all that. That's very important when it comes to quarterbacks. Not a lot of people know. Like he doesn't take that many hits when he gets rushed. He knows when to slide, when to throw it away. That's just something you really need with the quarterback if you play on any team. And
I feel like that comes with preparation. You don't see a lot of quarterbacks doing that either.
Yeah, he's a film god, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. And see, a lot of people don't even think about that shit when they just think he probably just shows up. All they hear about, Tom eats good, so he's gonna play good. Like Tom drinks water all the time, but it's
avocado ice cream.
You know what it is. You know why he plays so good.
What?
You know what it is?
What?
Well, I'm not gonna say it. I thought it would just be generally known why he plays so well. I'm not gonna disrespect the man in front of everybody.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, text that in the group.
I think you got the people waiting.
Yeah.
He's got the fountain of youth. He's got his son at home. Anytime he goes and gives the kiss to the son, it's a transport power. He just never will get old because he can just go home, kiss his son on the lips, and that's it. He rejuvenates health.
I think Tom Brady's greatness comes from just knowing what to do with the ball. Like he probably has the quarterbacks have like Mahomes. Mahomes probably has the same mental as Brady because you can see he knows where to go with the ball. But I feel like Tom Brady knows that I can't move. I have 101 ways to get this ball out of my hand before I get sacked or a turnover. And a lot of quarterbacks only got 5.
A perfect example is I think it was against Green Bay when they played in the conference championship. The ball is snapped and the edge rushers are in his face before he can, and Brady immediately chucks it down because he knows I have nothing. For example, we saw Josh Allen that same week against the Chiefs snapped at guys in his face. He's running around for 20 yards, killing time on the clock, and takes a sack and gets his team out of field goal range. Tom Brady is never going to do that. That's what separates Tom Brady from the rest of the league. It might look stupid and silly on film, but after the game, you're like, holy shit, that was the best play of the game.
Yep.
100%. I think it was Amendola who said that in the interview. He was like, Tom Brady was the guy in the film room with the players for 12 hours a day or whatever, watching film, making the throws, practicing with the guys off season. Like that type of stuff And also, it also helps that when you sit in the huddle with a guy like Tom Brady and you're down or you're up or whatever, like you're sitting there and you're looking up at a guy who's done this 6 times.
But what I said this, I don't know how many episodes ago, is that was my thing. Like, I knew, all right, I'm gonna bring it to whatever team I'm on, I'm gonna be fine. But I look over at that quarterback, and if he looks like he's not ready for this moment,
you're gonna get shaky.
I already know I'm gonna be on the bus.
Yep.
I'm thinking about what seat I'm sitting on the bus,
Yep.
and when I get back to campus, what I'm gonna do, because he's not ready for this moment. Like,
and I think
that's the difference.
Times, right? Like there's just some guys, women, men, anything that are just born that just can lead. It doesn't have to be necessarily in football, but I mean, you look at like managers. Like we've all had jobs where we have a manager that's just not good. Like he has no way to like get you ready to go to work or get ready for your shift or whatever. Like those managers, you want to spit in their face. Like people are just not meant to be in that type of role position. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I could probably name about 10 quarterbacks in the league right now, maybe 12 that actually got it. You know, that actually can lead a team like that. And obviously Tom Brady's number one. I mean, you going out there and you're looking – could you imagine being in the huddle when fucking Atlanta's up 20-0 and Tom Brady's just like, we got this. And who's laughing at him? Who's saying, nah, he's –
At what point was it 28-3?
The third quarter with like 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
I don't like to fucking speak on it.
It was.
I'm like, let's go, man. That's 4 possessions. Let's go.
Like, I'm sorry to bring it up, but
I might be one out of the other 9 or 10 to be like, all right.
Of course, of course, Matthew Stafford's on that list. But it's. And I'm not saying that because I'm biased. I would have put.
Oh no, for sure.
While he was in Detroit.
Because we watch, how many games have we watched him single-handedly bring them down to like the 10-yard line? A receiver drops a pass or something.
I'm sure you guys all watched that shit with where he broke his.
Yes, against the Bengals. Yeah, where he goes, but I can still throw the ball.
He throws an absolute rope.
He goes
scores.
to the sideline. He goes
with
a
broken collarbone.
Yeah, he broke his collarbone, and he goes to the sideline, and the coach he's like, I can fucking throw. I'm going back in. Because I'm going back in. He goes in, he throws a touchdown.
His left arm is hanging.
It's literally hanging. He can't like transfer his body, and he goes out there and wins the game.
Tackle absolutely destroyed his life.
And you know what? Probably the rest of the season, the Lions are ready to run through a wall, whether he's out there or not, because this dude just went out there with his arm hanging off of his body,
and that's
to try to win me a game.
Yeah,
I'm running through a wall for him.
All right, man. If you're just tuning in, welcome to IBTE Sports Podcast. We got Kenny, Phil, and Neil. We're just pretty much recapping what's going on in the season that just passed and the Super Bowl. I got a question for y'all. What happened to the Chiefs' offensive players?
They got what we like to call locked up.
Do you feel like it was locked up, or do you feel like the pressure on Mahomes made it seem that way?
I thought that this would happen because going into the game, I didn't think that the no touchdowns would happen, but I thought that going into the game, the Chiefs had offensive line issues. They were hurt bad, right? They were hurt. So I knew that they were going to be pressuring Mahomes, but I really thought that Mahomes would be able to make something work off schedule. I thought he could break the pocket and hit like a Tyreek Hill bomb, break him. No, none of that happened. The Buccaneers played the best defensive secondary game that they've played all season long.
They stayed too high. They stayed too high the
whole
whole
game.
Them.
Todd Bowles deserves the fucking MVP. He locked them up.
And I think that we all underestimated how bad the Chiefs' offensive line would look.
Yeah, that's
no,
true.
Phil, you can't tell me you thought the offensive line was going to look that because there's no one in America that thought this Pat Mahomes was going to snap the ball and have 5 guys in his face before he even looked up.
I mean, I did say that in the last week.
Yeah, okay. You thought he was going to have to run for 500 yards before he threw a pass. You thought that.
I thought that line was going to be a problem.
Okay, but no one thought it was going to be that bad. That's what I just.
I kind of looked into it after, but.
Right, we all knew it was going to be an issue, but no one thought it was going to be that bad.
There was a picture of them blocking themselves.
Yeah, like
did y'all see the picture?
He was going to snap the ball and do that? Like, come on.
Did you see the picture of Mahomes just back there by himself? There were no offensive line.
Yeah, like that's what. Like nobody thought it would be that bad. We thought there'd be issues. Some thought it'd be worse than others, but nobody thought it'd be to the point where Mahomes is snapping the ball and there's no red jerseys around him.
They
jerseys.
are released. You're a $500 million player, and y'all not locked in.
Bad.
Listen, at some point, start holding something. Like
Bad.
commit penalties. What?
Whoa,
if you're gonna get beat anyways?
Don't even get me started on the fucking penalties in that game. Do not even get me started.
Here's my thing with that, Neil.
Bro, in the third quarter, it was 10 for 110.
Yeah, I thought
I said, wow.
You cannot fucking sit here. Excuse me. You cannot fucking sit here and tell me anybody in this fucking anybody watching, anybody in here right now cannot sit here and tell me that's not the Tom Brady effect. Shut your fucking mouth. That is Tom Brady 100%.
That was terrible and that was awful. And I agree they were terrible calls, but the Chiefs also shot themselves in the foot because anytime they had an opportunity, they blew it and didn't help themselves.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that the refs won Tampa Bay the game.
No. Oh, I know what you're saying. Yes, but those are calls that are ticky-tack that a lot of times don't get called.
And in what world does that get called in the Super Bowl? That gets called in a preseason game, that pass interference call.
What?
The one on Evans.
The one on Mike
Evans.
Evans.
I've had enough of him, bro. Turn his tape on. He doesn't fight through shit. He just looks for flags.
Right,
every
he looks
game.
for flags.
I've been saying this. Kenan, you know too. You watch him. We watch him twice a year, and I watch him get punched in the mouth by Lattimore, and then wants a flag every single time, bro. He doesn't win. He's big as shit and doesn't try to win his routes. It blows my mind. He just looks for a flag as soon as he gets locked up.
Shit in that game?
He had a drag across the middle or a dig across the middle. For like 25 yards. But other than that, he didn't do nothing.
Well, he had the biggest play of the game. That play before halftime when he drew the flag on
flag. Yeah, exactly. The flag.
That was the biggest play of the game.
Right.
Other than that, he didn't do nothing. It's just like I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, he does this shit every single time, bro. Every rep. I'm watching him and Lattimore. I'm like, all right, where's he at? He's in the slot. Lattimore chases him. Penalty.
I would have rather seen. I'm sure we all agree, but I would have rather seen no penalties than what got called. Like even if somebody got knocked the fuck out, I would have rather seen no penalties, because it just seems to me like every time it happened on the Patriots. Every time Tom Brady is in a situation where he can win something, AFC Championship, something shady happens, right? Like, is it just me, or is that legit?
Well, no, because it's actually funny you say that, because there was like a conspiracy theory going back like all of his Super Bowls. Like the first one was the Tuck Rule. Yeah, there was a whole conspiracy theory.
The next one they cheated and stole
plays. The Spygate, yeah, the
Spygate.
Yeah, there was like a whole theory. I get like it's hilarious. It's not true, but
it is true though.
I mean, he won 7 of them. They ain't all cheating.
And then what was it? A couple years after that, we had Deflategate against the Rams. A couple years ago, they fucking set the fire alarms off at the Rams hotel at 5 o'clock in the morning. And then
we talking about penalties right now?
And then the offensive playbook was gone. Somehow the offensive playbook was gone, and then the Rams get held to 3 points after scoring 40 points all year. It's shady shit. That's all I'm saying. Fuck Tom Brady.
Let's get into the fiasco of bad relationships, quarterback, organization, relationships in the NFL.
Where would you like to start?
Yeah, where do you want to start?
Let's talk about Watson real quick. What do y'all feel? Do you feel like he's gonna get out of there?
No.
You don't feel like it? Do you feel like he's
poor Deshaun. I think his only way out is to just not play this year.
Which won't happen.
I don't think he should do that. I think he should.
He's not going to do that. But
yeah, but that's the only way out at this point. Is the poor guy. The issue is that Matt Stafford got a number 1 overall quarterback, 2 first-round picks, and a second-round pick. So Houston is not letting him go for anything less than 3 to 4 first-round picks, and nobody is giving that up.
The Dolphins.
I think if he is going to go somewhere, which I don't think he's going to, but if he is going to go somewhere, he has the final say.
Yeah, He has a no trade clause.
It's not like obviously Houston's gonna want to ship him somewhere where they don't have to see him. But I think he's going to veto, which I mean it's his right. But then again, I also think he should. I mean, I know he doesn't want to stay, but like he took that money after Hopkins got traded.
Yeah,
That's
see,
the
I
thing.
didn't know that.
Like
I thought
that's
it
why
was
like
before.
I defend him for taking control of his career, but at the end of the day, I just have to keep asking, what did you really think was going to happen?
Right.
Because you re-signed when Bill O'Brien had control of the team and was your head coach and just traded DeAndre Hopkins. So I don't know what he thought was going to happen in Houston.
I think he wanted his money at that point because he was going to be getting paid.
What I think he needs to do, which is easier said than done, of course, but what I think he needs to do is he needs to sit down with the owner, he needs to sit down with the GM, and just be like, listen, I want to stay, but I cannot do whatever we were doing. Like, whatever this shit is, I can't do this shit.
But see, there's also problems with him.
Owners don't respect these players like that.
There's a problem with him and Cal McNair other than just on the football field because he felt that Cal McNair didn't take the social justice movement seriously enough, too. So there's a man-to-man issue
he definitely doesn't want to play for that bum. He definitely does not want to play for that dude.
I think it's a combination thing. It's like, I don't like you as a person, and I hate your football decisions. I'm not sure we can get past this.
Yeah, that's true, but he also re-signed after all that shit too.
No, right, and I hear you, but I'm thinking maybe he at that point he was, well, let's just do it for football. Now the football decisions are being made, and I'm not being talked to about this either. So now we have an issue.
Big issue.
Now, if we're talking about what Russell Wilson said, honestly, I don't really know why management is upset with him.
I don't either.
Like, in what sense? When is it such a crime to state how upset you are with something?
And he said, "I'm tired of getting hit." Name me a quarterback that says, "I like to get hit. I like when the defense is in my face every time."
Right.
What?
This is why. Because they want to control them.
Yeah. No, I get
how
it.
How dare you say how you feel?
I get it.
We pay you all this money.
I get it,
man. Offensive line just for you.
And my thing is, Russell Wilson is like the nicest guy in the NFL.
We've never heard him say a fucking word.
Like, and this wasn't even bad. Like, he didn't even badmouth them and say they need to get me more help.
He literally said, "I just don't like getting hit this much."
Yeah, that's all he said. Like, if you have an issue with that,
sacks or something like that.
Yeah, like if you have an issue with that, you may as well just start a quarterback off the street that's not going to say a word for you.
Yeah, but you now the reports are coming out that upper management's upset with Russell Wilson.
Yes, they said that that Dan Patrick said today that as of right now, what was the quote? The two sides
protect your asset, man.
Like where they are right now, they're not sure it could be fixed.
Well, last time that was reported that they needed divorce. What was it? Divorce therapy or marriage therapy? Marriage counseling was with Jared Goff and the Rams, and look how fast that happened.
Yeah.
So listen, if they're reporting that,
if they trade Russell Wilson, they are right behind the Houston Texans and the worst run organization in football.
That's top one, right? I mean, that's got to be top one. You traded your franchise quarterback.
I just can't comprehend what the thought process would be for you to get rid of Russell Wilson.
I don't want any bad negative what's it called, headlines or anything, I guess.
I guess saying you don't like to get hit is a negative headline, I guess.
Well, I'm looking at it from the owner and
no, I know what you're saying. I just don't understand why they're thinking that.
Yeah, it's weird. Like they're probably saying, "Oh,
the power he has."
Yeah, for sure. Also, they're trying to take offense to it. It's like, "Oh, we built this team from scratch, yada yada," and then they're taking it as you're disrespecting the way we built this team or something like that. That's how I'm seeing it.
But guess what? You should feel disrespected because anytime he had an offensive line too, you traded away every single piece he ever got. He had Max Unger. We'll give Max Unger away for Jimmy Graham.
Yes.
Who's at the end of his career?
We'll pay Cam Chancellor. We'll pay all the defense.
Max Unger was a dog.
We won't pay any of your offensive threats, and we won't bring in offensive linemen. But yeah, you just keep doing you, Russell. But don't get out there and say you're tired of getting hit.
Yeah, John. There's reports that they're talking about a Russell straight trade, like straight swap for Wilson. obviously, I honestly don't think anything's gonna happen to Russell Wilson.
I don't think so either. I think it's a smoke screen.
If the Seahawks get Deshaun Watson,
That's the Wilson movie.
I don't want to see that shit, man.
What about the
Twice a year.
Good old Wentzy in Philadelphia.
Oh, he's out. He's packed. His bags are packed, boys.
I'm waiting to wake up one morning and just see he's gone to the Colts because every day I've been seeing the Colts are closer and closer.
Yeah, I seen that too, and they don't have a quarterback, so.
Yeah, it's.
And I wish he stay in NFC East so he could torch them twice a year. Oh, the whole Eagles organization. It's
so weird to me too, though, that he's going to be gone because this coach that just came in from Indy is going to run the system that he was the best in. So I can't. I'm finding it hard to believe that
he has no choice.
I'm confused on how this coach who just got hired said, "Yeah, I want Jalen Hurts over Carson Wentz." Like I would have thought in his interview, he would have said Wentz is the quarterback for my system. Well, yeah, right. This guy literally is doing whatever he's told because he doesn't even deserve a head coach.
He's a placeholder. Who is that?
He's not a placeholder. He's their head coach now.
No, I'm saying who is that?
Oh, he's their offensive coordinator for the Colts.
That got hired?
Yeah.
I didn't know who he was.
No, he's legit. I mean, he's like a legit was a legit head coach.
Because they're saying Eric Bieniemy's not legit because he don't call plays, and this guy don't call plays either, so he can't be legit.
Oh, I'm
using their logic.
The fact that Eric Bieniemy is not a head coach in this league right now is just fucking blasphemy. But he was a legit head coach candidate coming out of Indianapolis. So,
well, he wasn't because the only team he interviewed with was Philly. No one else even requested an interview.
You feel me? So
if you're a coach, we'll take you.
Some nonsense going on, but I definitely like Wentz to go to the Colts. Or
I like Wentz to go to the Colts. I also like Wentz to go to Miami
or New England.
Wentz ain't going to New England.
You're not going to New England. Why would he go to the? He might as well stay in the Eagles and be backup.
Well, because he's gonna get traded, he has no say.
No, I'm saying if he go, I would rather go back up than go to the Patriots. You throw in the fucking janitors, like.
But I don't know. I feel like Wentz. Obviously, we know how you guys know how we feel about Wentz. I think his time was cut way too short, right?
Yeah.
How 100%. Old is he? He's 27.
What?
28.
He's 26.
He's 26.
He's not sure.
He's not 26. No way.
Well, he's the same draft class as Goff.
Yeah, because he would still be technically on his rookie deal. They just gave him the.
I think he stayed. I think he stayed the whole time. He might have been fifth year.
He's 28
at that school. He's 28 for sure.
5 years.
He was born 1992. He's 28.
He's 28. That's what I'm saying. He's not. That's still young though. That's what I'm saying.
Well, for the quarterback position, it definitely is. Now that these guys are playing until they're 40.
Yeah, I mean, we just got Stafford. He's what, 33?
Yeah, and you probably got him for
7 years. Yeah. How about that quarterback draft class though? Goff and Wentz. What, Dak Prescott was in that as well?
Yeah, he might be gone too.
Yep.
The only one on his original team or something like that, or gonna be.
Well, Wentz.
Well, yeah. If is he gonna be
the only one on his original contract? They haven't paid him yet.
Yeah.
Just franchise tagged, and that's another quarterback. We didn't even bring that up.
What?
Did you see the Dallas Cowboys hype video and they didn't even put Dak Prescott in the video?
And then they said it was an oversight. How do you forget to put your starting quarterback in a hype video?
Who broke his fucking ankle tragically in that game, and everybody stood up for him, right? Like the whole team was devastated that he was down.
He was on a crash course for MVP this year. Like he was leading the league in passing
yards, touchdowns, yeah, all of it.
Like we just forgot to put you in the video.
Bullshit.
But Dak can be replaced though. Yeah. He can be replaced according to the fans.
Who can be replaced? Dak Prescott?
Yeah. According to the fans.
They say that all the time.
Good luck.
Amari Cooper is the best player.
They say that all the time.
Yeah, good luck.
We got CeeDee Lamb. We got all the offensive players in the world.
Well, let's put it this way though.
But we got nobody to throw to him. Like
depending on what guy they get, he can be replaced. There are some options out there that are better than Dak.
Who would you say?
I mean, obviously, I would like Watson over him. I'd like Wilson over him.
Don't do that. Don't speak that. Don't speak that. I do not want to see him in no Cowboys jerseys with those receivers.
Yeah.
No, I don't either. But I'm saying
bad energy.
even I mean, for argument's sake, I'm gonna say it. You put Carson Wentz on the Cowboys with those weapons. I like Carson Wentz more than I like Dak Prescott on that team.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
I think Carson Wentz has never had that type of firepower at his disposal.
Oh my! Are you serious? You got all
Really?
three of those, bro. All those receivers are dogs, bro.
They can each be 1,000
Those are all true number ones to me. May not be to y'all. I feel like they're all true number ones.
Amari Cooper.
Gallup's not a
Gallup is not.
Gallup
You don't think so?
Gallup,
No,
you don't think so?
Gallup is Gallup is a Mohamed Sanu. He is a phenomenal number 2 receiver and will probably be one of the best number 2 receivers, but he is on number 1.
That boy explosive, man.
Yeah, no doubt, but
He can go up top. That boy be killing shit.
Speaking of number 1, number 2 receivers, remember our chat we had a couple weeks ago about how Tyreek Hill's not a number 1 wide receiver?
Oh, I'm glad you said it.
Because
I was watching that game and I was saying,
I was
damn,
watching
wouldn't it
that
be
game.
nice to have a guy like a Devontae Adams or like a Julio who like
Nobody caught anything.
No,
Did he even have a catch?
He had 2 for
He had
13.
I was about to say he had
two
a
catches
couple.
for 13 yards.
Yeah.
But
And he
I'm
had
just,
a touchdown drop.
I'm just saying.
Kelsey drops them too.
I'm just saying that you saw. I mean, Kelsey was able to do work, which is
Most of that was on the back end with down 22.
Mm-hmm.
Well, still had to get open. Tyreek Hill couldn't do that. Down 22, had to get open. Couldn't do that.
Whenever they had a play that went vertical, Mahomes was running for his life. There's no. I don't think any receiver would have got open or would have had a chance to make a play because Mahomes had no time.
But I think that's the point that Neil and I are making is that Tyreek Hill is the main part of his game is the vertical pass. So when that's not working, now what? Like if that's not working with Julio Jones or DeAndre Hopkins or Devontae Adams, they're going to run another route that, they can do that. Not that Tyreek Hill can't do that, but we haven't seen him do that with the Chiefs yet, at least.
Thank you.
And that is all we're saying. He might very well be able to do it, but Andy Reid hasn't put him in a position where we can see it, so I can only go based off of what I've seen.
That's a valid point.
I couldn't have thought of a better way to validate our points than that shit happening right there. Hate to see it, but
we'll never know.
Tough Super Bowl for everyone.
Tough Super Bowl for. Shout out to my boy Crow, who won 140 on the Super Bowl. His first bet he's hit in like a year. Last bet he
Pack
hit
it up.
Last bet he hit was the Chiefs Super Bowl. He came to my house to watch it, and then he comes to my house to watch this game. He wins it.
Like he bets frequently?
Yeah, a lot.
Oh, yeah, pack it up, bro.
He can't hit these parlays.
That's 365 days, boy.
Me and parlays. I hate parlays.
Can't hit the parlays.
I love them and I hate them because you're going to that last leg and you feel so confident, and then something ridiculous happens that makes you never want to gamble again.
We're talking about parlays. Y'all remember the Cardinals and
yeah,
Seahawks?
I was the same parlay. Me and Lawrence are on FaceTime going nuts when DK goes to the crib and they call it back.
And what happened?
Bro, it was for $4,200, 12-leg parlay. Hit every single thing throughout the whole day. Gets to double overtime and Russell Wilson throws 3 picks and sells. He throws to nobody. And I lose $4,000. I was like, damn.
Lawrence had money line, so he just needed them to win. I needed the damn touchdown. So I thought for sure Lawrence was at least going to win. Nope.
Nah, he showed me that he was tired. Mentally, he was tired because he threw that ball at Isaiah Simmons and there was no receiver whatsoever. At that point, I was like, oh, he's tired. He wants to go home. Definitely, he definitely wants to go home. I was hurt, man. I was hurt.
What do we think about, just like a way too early 2021 out preview for the season?
New Orleans number 1, you know what I'm saying, man? The boys coming back with no quarterback. We got a question mark at quarterback, but we still
no
number
cap
1.
space, no quarterback.
Negative 80 million. We're gonna make it work.
Have you seen that they have the Chiefs favored and
that's that
Green
Facebook
Bay is
logic
too,
right there.
Well, that's ESPN they got their odds from Vegas, and then it's I think the Bucks were 3 or 4. which I like. Literally, as soon as the clock hit 0, they put the new odds out.
I think Buffalo was 3 and Green Bay was
Yeah,
4.
yeah. There you go. Yep, Tampa was 4.
We had the NFL Power Ranking, or I think it was ESPN or NFL Power Rankings come out for next season, and a lot of fuckery. Let me tell you.
Because it's so crazy to tell. Because what are they strictly basing it off of last season? Are they basing it off of what they think is going to happen? Are they basing it off of what the rosters look like today? There's too much to go on.
Yeah. I'm thinking, obviously, if I'm going to throw out just a real quick, championship, NFC championship, AFC championship, I'll probably go Green Bay, Rams, NFC championship.
Yep, that's fine.
And then AFC championship, I'll go, that's tough. The AFC, man, I don't know. I don't know if Buffalo does it again.
No, they don't do it again.
I don't know if Buffalo. I think they missed their shot. Don't get me wrong. I think they have a great team, but I don't know if they can do it again.
I think they might win their division again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's in the division?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So they'll be there again, but they're not going to get to the conference championship.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be. I don't know. Kansas City.
Kansas City is the team that's there
For the foreseeable future. It's Kansas City because of Mahomes.
Hold on, I'm gonna cut you off real quick. Right now, ESPN's got Kansas City number 1, Buffalo Bills number 2, Packers number 3, Bucks number 4, Rams number 5, Ravens number 6, Browns number 7, Seahawks number 8, 49ers number 9, and then the Titans at number 10.
49ers. Why?
They're predicting. A lot of people believe that Kyle Shanahan is getting another quarterback.
But they lost Robert Saleh.
And they're going to lose Richard Sherman.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah,
But that's the thing is they think that Kyle Shanahan's getting a quarterback.
Who?
Sherman's a free agent as well.
I heard Darnold. I heard Darnold noise that they're trying to trade for him for whatever.
Good. Okay, fine. Take Darnold. I don't give a fuck.
I hear what you're saying, but Sam Darnold is very talented, and Kyle Shanahan is also very talented. I don't want to see them together. Sam
Darnold is good right now. He sucks because he's on the Jets. He's a good player.
If I'm in your division, I wouldn't want to see I wouldn't want to see Shanahan get a quarterback. I would hope that Jimmy Garoppolo is their quarterback next year if I were you.
I don't give a fuck about the 49ers. They're still going to be trash. They still have the worst strength and conditioning coach in the whole wide world. Injuries out the fucking ass. What? What am I talking about? Have you seen
everybody got injured this season, bro?
No, bro. Not as bad as
not like them though.
That's back-to-back years. That's back-to-back years.
I don't know what's going on over there, but
anyways, before I was so rudely interrupted by my friend Lawrence, my AFC championship. You got to put Kansas City in there just because, right? And I think I would probably go. I'm gonna go Cleveland.
Cleveland
for what?
An AFC championship.
This one's for you.
Respect.
I like you. I'm going the same division, but I'm going Baltimore probably. I think here's the thing. Like we all said, the tape was out on Lamar. I think that this is what happens, though. You see it a lot. The first year, they always, boom, they pop. The second year, people get tape on them. Then the third year, now I have tape on your tape. So we're going to see Lamar Jackson be a different quarterback next year.
Who we got for NFC?
Big trash.
NFC, I got the same thing as, I'm saying right now, the Rams and the Packers. I'm not going to be a homer and say the Falcons because unless we make some ridiculous moves, I'm not going to be a homer, put my team in there.
I am.
See, that's ridiculous because you have no quarterback.
I am.
So go ahead and be a homer.
I am. Nah. Let me. I'm pretty modest for the most part. Like I'm not Saints to this bowl through the whole season. I'm not saying that until the playoffs hit. Then I'm like, oh, we got to get there. In the last 4 years, I saw what happened. I cry every year.
I have a very bold prediction for the Saints next year.
Well, let me finish. You had your time. I think it's gonna be the Chiefs and Ravens. We're gonna see Lamar Jackson and Pat Mahomes go at it. That's gonna be nice in the AFC, and then the NFC. It's tough to say.
Come on.
It's tough to say.
Come on.
Chill out, goddamn, man.
Say it.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the Packers and either the Saints or the Bucks.
Oh,
I don't see it, bro. Fuck
Wait,
the Rams.
Lawrence,
Fuck the Rams.
Lawrence, I have to seriously ask you.
But listen, but there's an asterisk. No. There's an asterisk on it. Let me finish. If they find a way to keep the core together, they have a chance. If they don't keep the core together, the Saints are going downhill and they're going into.
We're putting asterisks on things. Well, then, if the Falcons hit in free agency, we're going to be there too.
But I'm saying my whole entire team, bro. The whole
right.
core of the
team.
So
that's like the same thing as free agency because they're
no.
Yes, it is because you ain't going to get on rookie contracts anymore.
No.
Right.
Wait, no, it's not.
Kenny, if they
nothing right now, nothing is certain. We don't know. We don't know what's going on.
What you say, Phil?
As long as they keep their mid to high level draft picks and play.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's not the same logic I'm using here. It's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Wait.
The people.
Wait.
All right, the players in question.
What's their core? Yeah.
The players in question right now is Marcus Williams, Trey Hendrickson, Marshawn Lattimore, Ryan Rimchek, and Teron Armstead.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying.
They can keep those players.
Yeah, you understand?
I know. It depends on who they're keeping.
So it's like I said. It's the same thing as me saying we have to hit in free agency because those 5 are going to demand top dollar in the free agent market.
We'll see.
And how much cap room do you have again?
Negative.
This is the Tim. Listen, this is the.
How much cap room do you have?
Nearly.
Because I'm trying to figure out
80 million cash.
Because picks you have next year?
Because damn near everything. Because damn near everything I've read online says Marcus Williams foregone conclusion. He's gone. Trey Hendrickson foregone conclusion.
Well, yeah,
he's gone.
He's gonna be gone because they got what's the name to.
And because you can't afford him. Teron Armstead, they're saying is iffy. And then the other 2 they're saying you guys are going to try to move hell and high water to bring them 2 back. But you're going to have to move hell and high water to bring them back.
I guess Alvin Kamara can play quarterback and running back.
Yeah, he definitely can. But no. What I see
over to the cornerback.
What I see happen. Listen, what I see happening out of those 5 players is they find a way to get Rimchek, Armstead, and Lattimore. The other 2 go.
Wait a second. What position does Armstead and Rimchek play?
Oh, offensive line. Oh.
You think you're going to be able to re-sign 2 premier offensive linemen with negative cap space?
Especially after what everybody just saw happen when you have no O-line.
Yeah.
Do you know how much money O-line are going to demand this offseason?
But man, listen,
they're going to break records for the amount of money that fat guys are going to get.
Like I said, I see the top 3 in the NFC right now. I got to see how my team plays. I don't really like projecting too far out. I'm gonna say the Bucks, Rams, and the Packers will be probably ahead of the pack in the NFC.
That's my same top 3.
Four going right now until I see what happens. And then y'all know I go soon as August hits. I'm week to week. You know what's going on. Week to week, baby. I would
say I agree with you, but if any team in the NFC, and this goes for any team, if any team in the NFC gets Deshaun Watson, they are automatically slapped into the top 3. Any team in the NFC.
Yeah, because their teams, every team in the NFC is cutthroat anyway. They're pretty good.
Yeah, you're right.
Except for a few.
Yeah. Also, I agree with you guys with the I think 2 or 3 of you guys picked Chiefs, Ravens. That's going to be the AFC Championship. For me, it's probably going to be Bucks, Packers. I see the Packers winning that matchup because, like I said, like a couple weeks ago, I see Brady winning either this year or next year. Since he won this year, I just don't see him winning the next year. So
I just don't
clip it.
I just don't know. I just don't see the Bucks like.
I think Kenny can say this. Kenny can say the same exact thing. We were just hoping they didn't get a quarterback the whole time. That's all they were missing. That's all they were missing
about the Bucks, though.
Yeah,
the Bucks have been the doormat of our division. Mm-hmm. Like even though they had the Super Bowl, they've just been a pathetic run organization, and they've been the doormat of our division for its existence. And now they have the most Super Bowls in our division. It just irks me because Bucks fans can walk around in my division.
Tied for first
in my division.
What about Lawrence?
They have 1.
So the Bucks
have 2.
Oh, that's right. Gruden. I forgot about Gruden. My bad.
2004.
Yep.
Like now I have to hear Bucks fans talk like they're top dog in our division because they have 2 Super Bowl rings. Take those 2 years out, and they're the worst run organization in the history of the NFC South.
They had, and for the past 2 years, they've had the talent, though. That's the thing. But me and Kenny watched them.
I've been hearing for 5 years they're next up.
Like, I knew they were the real deal when back-to-back years they went into New Orleans and put up 80 clip between the 2 games.
All you guys got to do now is wait probably 2 years for Tom Brady to.
Well, not you guys, because he's not going to have a quarterback. Me, yes. When Tom Brady's gone, we run that division.
What is so? Let me ask you something. All right. So what is not having a quarterback?
What is not having a quarterback?
Yeah, like is Jameis not a
He's not under contract.
He's not under contract.
I understand that. I understand that.
If they had to play a game tomorrow with players under contract, you don't have a quarterback.
Here we go. Hypothetically,
why are you asking hypotheticals?
Because we don't know what's gonna happen.
Let him go. Right, so you don't know if you're gonna bring him back.
Right.
He's not. It's safer to assume he's not on your roster right now because he's not under contract.
Okay, so we have Taysom Hill at quarterback.
Thanks.
Sample size is not that big, not that great for me to be like, all right, here we go. But you know exactly how I am with, like, we got the quarterback we got, and it is what it is. But I hope they get Jameis.
But if the season started tomorrow and everyone only had the quarterbacks on their roster in our division, where it's Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, Teddy Bridgewater, and Taysom Hill, you have the worst quarterback, and it's not close.
So not only that, but now Lawrence just went from re-signing 2 offensive linemen to also re-signing a quarterback. So you really have you don't have the spot. Like, you don't have the money.
People are going regardless. I know that, but
I know, but
I gotta be optimistic. God damn, bro.
No, but I'm just saying, like, we
all can't trade our bum ass fucking $100 million quarterback to get a better one. We can't do that. It's real easy for you to say something when you have your quarterback. I bet it feels amazing.
I was fine with Goff too.
You feel me? It probably feels amazing.
But what I'm saying to you is, you said we kept the core players together, and you named 5 players. You did not name a quarterback.
Bro, listen. This is a crash course. I'm not a delusional fan. Once we were in 2017, I said we got to 2017 to 2020 to win the Super Bowl. They don't do it. The Saints are going under because of the core that was drafted in 2017. I'm not stupid. I already saw it. But I'm gonna have I'm gonna be optimistic. Y'all listen, I don't care. I'm gonna be optimistic. Y'all not gonna take that from me. All right?
Go ahead.
You feel me? Like, y'all not gonna take my spirit. Who that nation to the death?
Kenny, address the comment section.
I don't even acknowledge 28-3 anymore.
No.
Matt Ryan didn't do anything this year, and the Saints were relevant. I mean, Matt Ryan didn't do anything is a very asinine comment to make, because ever since Matt Ryan's MVP year, he's matched those numbers. So he did nothing this year. He did nothing his MVP season either. I don't even address that stuff anymore. Yeah. People just say this because the team went 4-12. The team played like butt. So Deshaun Watson must have done nothing this year too.
So can we talk about how many games the Falcons were up before they lost the game this year?
Let's see. Against the Chiefs, against the Bucks, against the Lions, against the Bears, against the Cowboys, the Chargers.
How many games of those should have been won?
All of them.
What's the record?
Let's see.
11-5.
I just named like 6 or 7. So yeah, 11, 10-6, 11-5.
And just like
that's Matt Ryan's
just
fault.
Like that, you're winning a division with Matt Ryan as your quarterback. There you go. Had nothing to do with the fucking defense giving up 28 points and blowing
17-point leads and 20-point leads. But you're right. That's all Matt Ryan's fault.
But see, that's the thing. Like, people just throw the quarterback thing around too much. It's a quarterback's league. It's a quarterback league.
Which you can understand if, let's say, Matt Ryan goes
if
out
he
there
played piss poor,
throwing interceptions, but I don't know. I don't get the Matt Ryan hate. I get it because it's easy to hate him. You know what I mean?
But in all seriousness, I can't wait to see what Loomis does. They're gonna make him Loomis. Loomis. He's gonna probably be put in prison for the finesse. He's talking the interviews. I'm just sitting there listening to him. How you gonna do this?
waiting
He's
for
like,
it.
we're going for it. I'm like, how are you gonna
So
do this?
there's ways to do this shit. Trust me. I
Yeah,
know.
but they're gonna mortgage 2023,
Mortgage their future, yeah.
2026.
A lot of the way that we signed Jalen Ramsey was probably the shadiest thing I've ever seen. Like, if you look at the contract, most of his contract is incentives, like $5 million for making the playoffs and shit. Like that stuff, it doesn't really affect that cap salary that year, if you know what I mean. So there's
like down the road.
Yeah, exactly. There's like magical ways to move around cap space. That's why the Rams always fucking pack the Brinks truck up for whatever. It doesn't matter. So
and now there's the thing where they're adding dummy and voidable years on people's contracts to push it out even further, like the Pats did with Tom Brady. And they were saying,
Lawrence, I'm pretty sure if Drew Brees if he retires before a certain date, I think you guys will get comp picks for him as well.
Mm-hmm. I saw that also.
So I think you'll get like a third or fourth round comp pick for him.
He got $80 million. What's the name? Well, only two contracts I know right now is Drew Brees. He's freeing up $25 million, and then they're letting go of Cook.
Does it free up all 25? Like, I don't know how that works.
I don't know. Yeah, I got to look into it a little bit more.
Yeah,
I just saw like an article on it.
Yeah, because I know that it's still some of it counts, not all of it, obviously, but I don't know how it works.
I guess he's like forfeiting the money or something. I don't know how they explain it.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's weird. I don't understand.
They're probably like, Drew, you gotta help us out. Like we need that $25 million. You sold us this year, so like that's the least you could do.
That's apparently the Steelers and Big Ben are supposed to be having a meeting this week. I think it was this week, maybe it's next week, about the same conversation about his contract. Because if he wants to come back, they said he has to take a huge pay cut.
They want Juju on the beat to come back.
I don't even think it's a matter of bringing back Juju. I think they might even be moving on from him, but they have nothing to do anything.
I don't think he's that.
If I'm them, I'm more focused on bringing back Bud Dupree.
Yeah, I don't think he's that good to.
I've said he's a number one receiver if he has an elite number two next to him. If he has Michael Gallup on the other side, he can be a number one receiver. But
I think I spoke too early when I said that earlier. But I like the potential for those two.
No, but that's my point though. Is like Michael Gallup is a really great number two. So if you have a guy like him opposite Juju could be your number one. But Juju can't be your number one if he has no number two on the other side of him.
So who do we think next year is a team that is going to get hyped up in the offseason, right? Like, let's just think ahead. Like, let's say who's going to get hyped up in the offseason that's just going to shit the bed next year?
The Rams.
It's very possible.
100%. Matt Stafford, we're going to the bowl. He does the same thing in his golf.
You know who I think it's going to be, honestly? The Tennessee Titans. Because they lost their offensive coordinator. I think that he was a big part of why Tannehill was so great. And they're going to be hyped up a lot because Deshaun Watson debacle in Houston. And then they're still running with a young team in Jacksonville. Who knows what's going on in Indy? So they're going to get hyped up, and I don't think they're going to live up to the hype.
Phil?
I'm looking at the Chargers for some reason. I don't know why. It's just speaking out to me, the Chargers, because they have all these great weapons and the defense is coming back. So who knows? They might say they might be a good playoff team, but with Anthony, with their current coach,
they don't have Anthony Lynn anymore.
Who do they have now?
They got Brandon Staley. Yeah, the defensive coordinator from LA or from the Rams.
That's it. Yeah, I think with everyone healthy and the Chargers players, I don't know. I just feel like they're not going to live up to them. Their true potential until a while now.
It's a good pick. I like that pick.
They have good weapons here on offense and defense. It's just a matter of putting it all together.
Lawrence?
For me, I think
The Saints.
no. The Saints are very questionable right now.
They're not going to get hyped up.
Yeah, they're not going to get hyped up. They don't ever.
Never do.
For good reason.
Yeah, because disappointments for the last 4 years.
The Minnesota Miracle.
Fucking Drew Brees.
I told Robbie Coleman.
He sold us so bad.
JPI.
The chopper.
I get what you guys are trying to do. It's above me. It's above me. We're moving on. 2021.
Pick a team.
Who that nation? I'm gonna say the Dolphins.
Last man. I was thinking about the Dolphins too.
I'm gonna say the
I
Dolphins.
thought that too.
I think that it really depends on if they get a quarterback or not.
I think they're gonna be like Dolphins came in hot last year. All they need to do is Tua. It needs to be good, and then they're gonna come in and get scraped because Tua.
They don't even play. They don't even play. Tua doesn't even play. I
I
think.
think Fitzpatrick stays again.
my
you say?
man about to be redshirted.
You think
Fitzpatrick. I think he might go.
I think he has to go.
Yeah.
I think for the sake of Tua's if Tua's going to be your quarterback, you cannot have Ryan Fitzpatrick there anymore.
that's
It was
his
good for the 1 year to learn, but you can't have him there anymore.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I think the Bucks are gonna get hyped up. They're already getting hyped up. I think the Bucks are gonna get hyped.
Who do they have that's on the bubble for cap space again? I think that's
Godwin. Godwin's a big one.
I think Godwin will get.
It's Levante David. Is Barrett,
Yeah, Barrett's a free agent
Shaq
as
Barrett's
well.
a free agent as well.
Vita Vea, and Leonard
He'll
Fournette.
go.
But they
Vita
said
Vea will go.
I might take pay cuts.
did
They
you
got
see
30.
Mike
They got
Evans?
30 million cap.
They said the next day Mike Evans went to the office and said, "Take money off of my contract to pay everybody and bring him back."
Oh,
I just think that what happened last year. Remember in the early season, Buccaneers were like, everybody was like, "Oh, what's happening to the Bucks? What's gonna go?" I think that might happen, but I think it's gonna happen later in the year.
Yeah, see, here's the thing though, Neil. I think that's not going to happen now because the problem was early in the year they didn't have the camps and everything, and that's what hurt them. And then the end of the year they started clicking. Since they lost to the Chiefs that game, they haven't lost a game since then.
And I just think
since their bye week.
I just think it's really hard to sustain. I don't see.
I'm not picking them to repeat. I don't think they're going to implode
I just
either.
don't see the roster. I get it, but like I don't see it being a end all be all roster next year. I really don't, especially if they lose big names. Which Mike Evans can say that all he wants, but at the end of the day, how much are they actually going to chip off his contract to sign somebody like that?
Because
Right,
Bear gonna want them.
Barrett's
coins.
going to get the fucking truck. All right, he's
Right.
going to get the brinks.
But they're not in cap hell is the thing though.
No,
Like,
they're
they
not.
can afford this.
Yeah,
Like,
they can afford it.
like they
They're
can
at
afford to bring them
30
back.
They're at 30 mil right now.
Yeah, like they can afford to bring these guys back. Like it's not going to be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if they just bring back Shaq Barrett and Chris Godwin, that's enough.
I don't see them. I see them winning the division, but by default, just because of the shape of that division right now.
Yeah. Saints
Sorry,
a huge
don't-
question mark.
Sorry, Saints and Falcons, but
Listen, don't sleep on the Falcons. The first year they get a new coach, they're actually good. Then we're shit for the next four.
I just don't see the Falcons
Yo,
having any.
What's going on? Like what?
It is.
bro?
Look at we hired Mike Smith. We went to the
Yo,
playoffs.
You're crazy, bro.
And then like the last 4 years it was garbage. We hired Dan Quinn. We started off 5-0. And the second year we went to the Super Bowl. The first year of the head coach are glory years for the Falcons. Listen, after that, pack it up.
But Kenny, who besides your offense, what do you have?
Our defense, but Grady Jarrett is the second best
We're
D tackle in the NFL.
Thank you.
Second best D tackle in the NFL. Look at the numbers. It's not close.
He's up there.
Deion Jones is a phenomenal middle linebacker. Foye Oluokun had a breakout season. AJ Terrell had a great season at corner for a rookie. We need more pieces on defense, obviously, but that's what the draft and free agency is for. We
lost
literally
your
don't.
defensive coordinator.
Yeah, we brought in a whole new coaching staff. We brought in Dean Pease, who was the Ravens D coordinator when they were phenomenal, who was the D coordinator in Tennessee when they were good. Then he left and Tennessee's defense went to shit. So, I mean,
So
we literally don't need to add anything on offense.
What's
so we
up?
can use our whole offensive for defense.
All right. So can you just recap this team? Phil, what's the recap of your team? The
where do I start?
the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Actually,
No, I'm just kidding with you.
Mike Evans has to restructure his contract, obviously. For the Patriots, it's kind of, well, I don't know where to start, to be honest. Let's see. Well, we're gonna get players back from the COVID list from last year.
Mhm.
Hightower coming back, hopefully. It depends how the COVID season goes next year. Hightower's coming back. Chung. I mean,
And
basically,
all those players are impact players too. Like
Right.
they matter. So
most of them were on defense too. I think they had a record high of they had the most in the NFL 11 players calling out, maybe 9 to 11. So getting those players will be huge, especially the ones on defense because we're gonna need them. Main priority is solving the quarterback problem. Is it Cam? Is it Stidham? Is it free agency? Is it draft? Is it a lot for trade? Definitely giving some receivers. We have to finally find success in drafting a receiver because, like I mentioned in previous podcasts, just the draft history for wide receivers for the Patriots has been terrible.
The New England Patriots have $64 million in cap.
Yeah, they're gonna be players.
Yeah, and then there's reports that they're gonna have a more aggressive offseason than late because usually
they've been saying that for the past 4 years.
They have no choice this time, though.
So. Because
let's see. Your biggest position that you probably need
is quarterback.
Obviously, quarterback. That's number one. Wide receiver. Wide receivers are loaded.
Loaded this year.
Free agency is loaded. AJ Green, Allen Robinson, T.Y. Hilton, Marvin Jones, Sammy Watkins,
Kenny
Corey
Galladay.
Davis, Kenny Galladay,
Juju,
Will Fuller.
3 dream receivers, Allen Robinson, Chris Godwin, or Kenny Galladay. I know it's a long shot, but if they manage to sign one of those 3, it'll be a great start heading into 2021.
Allen Robinson is a dog.
Here's what's gonna hurt New England though.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get a quarterback before any one of them want to sign with you.
Yep.
And by the time we get a quarterback, I think they're going to be gone. Which is why I said you'll end up with a guy like a Marvin Jones caliber receiver who is waiting out the market, and then
Marvin Jones has already texted Matthew Stafford. By the way, he wants to go. He wants to come to LA.
Jesus Christ.
He already texted him.
And you know what?
That's a
Leslie
problem.
Works voodoo magic with that cap too. So
Golden State Warriors.
Listen, if the Rams get Galladay or Jones, nah, son.
There's a couple names out there that have been linked to the Rams. Obviously, if we're doing a recap of a team, the first thing for my team, I want to re-sign Leonard Floyd or John Johnson. They're both free agents. I want to re-sign one of those 2. If we lose both of those guys, we're in trouble.
Who's a high priority between those 2?
I would say Leonard Floyd because we're stacked at safety. I would definitely say Leonard Floyd. I think we saw what Leonard Floyd can do when he is on a team that knows how to play defense. And I think
he was lost in the Bears.
Lost in the Bears. Lost.
He didn't have a spot, to be honest.
Yeah, and then Khalil Mack came and kind of pushed him to the side a little bit. And plus Raheem, Kenny, thank you, because this dude is. You could see it. They did a conference with him today. I mean, he is just a breath of fresh air. Like
he's a head coach.
He
should be a head coach somewhere.
100%. And so honestly, but anyways, I'd say re-sign one of those 2, preferably Floyd. I love John Johnson. He's one of the best safeties in the league, but we're stacked at that position already. And we need a deep threat. 100% need a deep threat. We don't have one. Stafford's always had one. We need one, and I guarantee Stafford and
you gotta get those jet sweep boys out of there. You need somebody to go vertical.
Yeah, I mean,
jet sweep boys, Woods and Cup.
We got draft picks, and I guarantee you can find a deep threat in the second round. But Juju, I know Juju is not the best, but he could take the top off.
But Juju works in that offense because of all the other receivers he has around him.
Yeah, and John Ross too, and from Cincinnati is also
Glass man.
He's made of glass, but
boom! We only need him. Oh, broken leg.
No, we need him. We only need him to just run a couple routes. But obviously, my top wide receiver I would like to get Willie Fuller. Come on over.
Chill out, yo.
If we get Will Fuller,
we're not gonna do this.
If Will Fuller comes over, man,
nah.
Sign us up. Just start making the rings now. Start measuring us out for the rings.
Will Fuller with Matt Stafford at quarterback.
He's also made of glass too.
Yeah, that boy. Before he break his leg, he put up numbers though.
Yeah. So Will Fuller. I would be happy with Will Fuller. I'd be happy with obviously Kenny Galladay, and I'd be happy with Marvin Jones as well. Any of those 3, I'd be very happy with.
I will go with Jones or Galladay, offer it because he has chemistry with them already.
Well, yeah, I know, but Galladay's too expensive for us. I can tell you right away, Galladay's gonna be too much money.
He's the real deal.
Yeah, Galladay and
He's
Allen
a
Robinson are
beast.
going to demand money.
Allen Robinson. Did you see what did he tweet? What did Allen Robinson
He's
tweet?
big finesse.
He was like, yo, he tweeted after he was like, man, I just want a ring. Like, I just really want a ring. And mad Rams players liked it. So, bro, that shit means something, right?
Everyone's willing to take a pay cut for a ring.
No, it doesn't. Because
doesn't
the
mean
Rams
something?
player,
you gotta see. You gotta see who.
Like I'm sure I can find a Falcon player that likes this tweet too. Does that mean he's going to come team up with us?
No. I mean, I'm saying like just in general. Like, do you think that means anything when like a player unfollows their team or some shit like that, or no?
Well, maybe if the player's doing it, but
It's
a Rams
PR.
player liked his tweet. It's not
That's
like
a
he
PR
went
thing,
and liked
too.
the Rams player's tweet.
So like John Johnson got on the live Instagram live today, and Darius Williams, the cornerback, got on live too and was like, "Y'all don't worry, he ain't going nowhere." You think he's just bluffing, or you think he's being dead ass? Like,
Well, Darius again, but what does Darius Williams know about John Johnson?
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Like if John Johnson said, "No, I'm not going nowhere, I'm bluffing," then yes, I would take merit in that.
All right, so
They'd be like, "That's Neil ain't taking that job." How the fuck do I know if Neil's taking that job?
all right, so let's wrap it up with two more questions here. What was your favorite moment from your team this season?
Darius Williams pick 6 on Russell Wilson in the playoff game.
All right. What about you, Kenny?
When the clock hit 0 in week 17.
He said, "I can't go through it no more."
Young Wei, you had Young Wei.
Young Ho cool.
There's nothing to be excited about when your kicker is breaking records for most points scored in week 13. Week 13, when you have that offense, everyone, you should be happy you have a good kicker. No, I should not. With my offense, I shouldn't know my kicker's name.
What about you, Phil?
When Tom Brady lifted the Lombardi Trophy this year, so I'm pretty happy about that. But,
Yo, that's funny. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I'd probably say when Cam Newton broke the rushing record for the Patriots, because I mean, I know it was not. He's
what do you have to do? Run 5 yards?
Yeah.
What?
How far?
6.
6. Okay. That's impressive, bro. 6 yards that's tough to come by.
It wasn't the exact season that he had, but at least he ended it with a high note. So,
Lawrence,
what's up?
Do you think that if you were, do you think if you were running back on the Patriots, you think you could get 6 yards?
6 yards on what? One play or
one
just
play?
total? One play.
Yeah. You said 6 yards. You said 6 yards was tough to come by. You think you get 6 yards in one play? Like if you have one play to get 6 yards, that's all you need, and you break a record. But the game's over after that. You get that 6 yards?
Yeah, it all depends on what the play is.
No, get the fuck out of here.
That all matters. Bro, that all matters.
Are you getting 6 yards? Yes or no?
I'm a yardage god anyway, so like that's all I did when I played. I'm gonna rack the yards up.
No?
Yeah, I'm gonna get the 6.
Okay,
damn,
you make that shit difficult,
bro. Because it matters. That shit matters. If you asking me to run ISO against the Chicago Bears, and Akeem Nicks is in the 3-tech, he's gonna smoke me. Like that guy better get blocked. He better get double teamed.
You're getting the ball, bro. It's in the huddle. You need 6 yards for first down to win the game. All Cam Newton's saying is, yo, LD, you about to get this ball. I mean, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? You're getting it.
I'm getting it.
All right. Look at this. To be honest.
I just wanted to know. I just want to know your confidence level.
My confidence level when I played was,
bro.
I used to tell defenders, you're not fucking with me.
Bro, but could you imagine if
from the beginning of the game, in the middle of the game, and after?
Bro, I'm in the huddle and I'm getting the ball for 6 yards. What's happening?
-6.
Negative.
You're getting boom.
Oh.
They're gonna snap it to Neil. He's gonna look behind him to lateral it.
My favorite part of the season had to be. There's a couple. Favorite part is definitely Kamara's game. I'd say that game was just nuts. It kind of put him on. I feel like he was already on the map, but I felt like he got a chance to showcase. Like damn, he's really scored 6 touchdowns and could have scored 7. But that was insane to watch.
Yeah, no, but in all seriousness, my favorite memory from the season was we went into Arrowhead and had them on the ropes and almost won the game. Like
Yeah.
we lost it, but
I definitely did.
in a way that almost worked out better for us because now we have the number 4 pick. But we hung around with those guys.
He said, "Where the highlight reel?" Jesus,
Like,
I haven't looked at my senior shit in a while. Just know,
Check the tape.
check the tape. The tape there. Until I think in my last season until we played 11 games till week 10, I was leading the country in touchdowns.
Oh, shout out to Ali Marpet from Hobart.
Oh yeah, facts.
Winning that
Yeah,
Super
getting a
Bowl.
ring.
He's a dog. He's a dog.
My friend Connor Coe, we know Connor. He plays in our fantasy basketball league. He played with him at Hobart.
Shout out to my man Nick Woodman blowing him off the line though at UC.
Damn.
And
What's
then
our second question?
second question is, who are two favorite players that you guys like to watch this season? Two from any team. It doesn't have to be from your team. It can be from your team if you want.
Somebody else go first.
I'm gonna go first since I went last. My two favorite had to be Calvin
Wait,
Ridley
favorite from this year?
from this year.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
I'm gonna say Calvin Ridley, and then I'm gonna also say Josh Allen. Those are my two favorite to watch this season. So
I'm gonna go with Nick Chubb, and I'm gonna say Calvin Ridley because I wanted him in fantasy, but after playing against him a couple times and also watching his highlight reel this season, he proved he's a breakout star in this league.
if you play in the league with me, you'll never get him.
That's good to know.
And if I'm in the league with Kenny, I gotta draft him two rounds early.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell you,
he will be my flex until he retires.
Anyone who wants fantasy insight next year, the wide receiver they take from Atlanta is no longer Julio Jones in fantasy football.
I've been taking Kelvin for the last 2 years. It's over. That boy's a dog. Automatic 15.
Yeah.
15.
What you got,
point.
Kenny?
I'll go with someone off of my team because it hurt my soul to watch the Falcons play football this year. So I'm gonna go with DK Metcalf and Nick Chubb because they're both fixtures on my fantasy football team, and they were the only bright spot of my whole football season. But my fantasy team sucked, but they at least let me think I was gonna win a couple weeks.
I'm gonna keep it at home. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Aaron Donald.
Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald.
You already know who is gonna be my boy Aaron Donald. I mean, what the kid does is just crazy, man. Well, that's another story. Number two is gonna have to be Cam Akers. I haven't seen a running back cut like that in a long time. The cuts that kid makes are nuts, and he's gonna be good for a long time.
You start saying anything. There's a lot of dogs at running back. I cannot believe you just said that.
I said it personally, I haven't seen cuts like that in a long time.
But my fault. I gotta turn the tape on. Because he must be doing some Dance Dance Revolution shit.
Watch his shit,
like
bro.
you don't know that man AK is in New Orleans, man.
So watch. Well, obviously I'm a Kamara, but I mean, what I'm talking about, I mean, this is a rookie running back, man. He's coming in. You got to watch his 32-yard catch and run against Seattle.
Did he stay 3 years or 4 years at his school?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
3. I don't believe it was a senior.
But he was a beast at Florida State with no offensive line. But I mean, he's gonna be a problem. And we're talking fantasy. You already know how I feel about that, man. You already know how I feel about that.
We know. Neil already has told us he's taking him in the first round.
First round, number one.
End of the first round.
Yo, Kenny, make sure we set up a league with him.
I already got it. set up.
Yeah, with him in
it. I'm doing Sleeper League. It's an app. It's better than ESPN and Yahoo.
When we tried to do that? We tried to do that. What 2017?
I tried to do something. I was going to do a dynasty league, but I couldn't get enough people. People didn't understand what a dynasty league was, so I couldn't do it.
Oh, a dynasty league. Oh, gotcha.
That's fucking gross.
I've never been in one.
All right. Well, you know how I feel. Rams to the fucking bowl, man. Everybody else is fuck you.
Any last words for the people watching? Any wise words for the rest of the week? Matter of fact, what y'all doing for well, Phil, I don't know, Phil, if you in like situation or whatever, but Valentine's Day, what y'all doing for your ladies, man?
Oh, I got
Chefing it up.
You
I got
chefing it
something
up?
crazy planned for the
You might as well go to
Valentine's
Juju's
Day.
Kitchen, man. You already, it's right there for you. To start to finish, how to
Bro,
make it, you feel me?
Speaking of Valentine's Day, y'all must watch this Sunday, the Daytona 500. It's a must watch. We got one of the craziest races in years to come. It's gonna be a crazy race. Watch that shit.
Yo, don't listen. Listen. Let me tell you something. Don't do that. Do not listen to him. Don't get smacked by your girls, man. Don't do that.
They still hang
would you
nooses.
say-
Do they still hang nooses in the garage?
Whoa,
in NASCAR?
guidelines.
That's okay. No,
Guidelines.
listen. That's
Facebook
all-
guidelines.
Michael Jordan's got a team now.
We're
Michael
trying to
Jordan's got a team.
We're trying to monetize Kenny.
That's all right.
Well, I'm just asking
Guidelines.
if that's what they do because I can't get jiggy with that.
I'm in it for
Guidelines.
that. I'm in it to watch somebody get into a car accident and die, possibly.
Oh,
Guidelines.
You're worried about me. Okay.
All right, I see where this is going, man.
I asked the fact that they talk about on national television. I was okay with my statement.
Yeah, man. Shout out. Oh, he said roses to my soon to be fiance. Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate you for tuning in. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. He's always rocking with us too, man. Showboat on YouTube. He said he's guidelines, bro. Y'all crazy with this, man. Next time when I say I'm about to end it, I'm gonna end it.
Listen, I don't understand what I said was wrong. I asked a question.
That's true. That's true.
Foundation,
Yeah,
George.
but
That's true.
old boy over there, is
Yeah,
tripping.
he went
He's
absurd.
tripping. But like I said, we appreciate y'all for tuning into us, rocking with us. I want to thank these guys for being consistent. Also, means a lot. If y'all need anything or any suggestions on any content, make sure you hit us up on all platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. What else we on?
Everything, bro.
We on everything, I guess. I think we on everything. Shit.
We on it all.
I be forgetting all the logins and shit. Like it's so many pages
Right.
on my phone. My iPhone about to blow up. But
Twitter.
it's make sure you follow us at IBTE Network, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. This concludes another episode of IBTE Sports Podcast. Catch you later.